Hello team, welcome to this week's Teen Adult Senior Black Belt Track class for the week of May 29th. All right team, let's get started. Everyone show me your natural stance. Step to attention, spread your feet, make a fist, cover, bring your feet together, and courtesy bow. Relax stance, hands right behind your back. Everyone repeat after me. To build true confidence, I must have knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, and strength in the body. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I choose to be a black belt. All right, team, ready to got your natural stance? Team, from here, everyone spread your feet out. Go into horse stance. Remember, the horse stance, we're going to keep our feet to the front. We're going to bend our knees. Keep your back straight with your hands in a chamber up high. So, like minimal is at your belt, all the way up as high as you can get it, wherever, and bring those elbows back like you're trying to touch the elbows together, pulling the hands back. Don't let your hands rest in the center. Pull them all the way back. Bring those horse stance down nice and low, team, right? All right, team. Team, when I say right, we're going to shift to the right into a forward stance. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift, but it's going to be like a 45 degrees. So we're not going to move our feet. We're just going to turn into a forward stance. And I'm over here. I'm just looking off like a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to go right back to a horse stance. And then we're going to do it on the other side. We're going to turn, push into a forward stance, and we're going to come back. All right, ready? So the things to keep in mind when we're doing our forward stance is as we twist, we go to our right. My right knee is bent. I look down here, you can see the tip of my big toe. It comes out from the floor, 90-degree angle, and then a 45-degree angle at the bending of the knee. My back leg is straight. My toes are pointing in the same general direction. Back to my horse stance. Ready, team? Hands up nice and high. Ready? Go into our forward stance. Ready? And we're going to go right. Boom, just shift into it. Hold it. And center. Right. And left. Go to the left side. Really push that back leg. Make sure it's locked in. You feel that pushing in with the hip. Ready? And center. Right. All right. Right. Back to the center. And left. Back to the center. Right. And right. And back. And left. And back. Right. Right. And back. And try not to bounce as you're doing this. Try to keep your body weight nice and low and just shift it over to the left. Back to the center. Shift back to the right. Back to the center. And relax, shake it out. Team, the height, distance of your horse stance really depends on your body size. So one of the general rules I've always known is that natural stance is about my feet are about as wide as my shoulders. So right here, like the center of my mat. So horse stance is like twice that distance. Like twice that distance. So we'll think about how wide your shoulder is, and you're gonna go twice. Your knees need to push out. Don't let your knees hang in here. That's really bad for your knees. You want to push your knees out each time. So pushing out, pushing out. Okay. If you've been horseback riding, you kind of know that feeling of being on a really large horse and it's pushing your legs out. That's what you want. If you haven't been horseback riding, go to merry-go-round, go to carousel, ride the elephant, let it push your legs out. That's the position you want. All right, team, now we're going to do the same drill, but this time we're going to do it with a downward block. So we're going to start from a horse stance position. Cool. From here, our hands are in a chamber. We shift to the right. When we shift to the right, we're going to do two things. One is I'm going to have you take your right arm, bring it up to your ear. You take your left arm and stretch it all the way out, right? Almost like we're doing a straight wrist grab, like boom, I'm doing that straight wrist grab. I want you to think as you're doing this, you're shifting. I'm going to poke somebody in the eyes, like I'm poking them in the eyes as they do this, or maybe I'm grabbing their arm, grabbing their shoulder, right? I think just for the body dynamics, we're going to say eye poke. It helps get your hand in the right position. But the reality is we're grabbing something. We want to grab something with this. And then we're going to pull back. Whatever we grab, we're going to pull back. And we're going to do our downward block into that forward stance. When we do our downward block, my fist and my knee should be in alignment. All right, let's try it, right? From our horse stance. Hands are up nice and high. Ready? We're going to go to the right. We're going to chamber. And we're going to block down. And by the way, if your hand's way up here, you probably need to get it down a little bit. You want to be closer to your knee. often just means lowering your weight down a little bit. Switch back to horse stance. Going to the left, right? We're going to shift and chamber, and we're going to do our downward block. Back to our horse stance. Going to the right, we're going to shift and chamber and downward block. Come back. Going to the left, shift and chamber and go. Back to horse stance. And as you're doing this, team, watch as I'm doing this, my right hand comes up to my ear, my left hand comes underneath it as I reach out and grab. And again, like an eye poke, if you get an eye poke, you probably get your hand in the right spot here. And then I'm going to grab hold of their arm, their shoulder, do my downward block. Back to my horse stance, right? Going over to the left, chamber and block. Back to the horse stance. Going over to the right, chamber and block. Back to the horse stance. Going to the left, chamber and block. Back to a horse stance, right? Going to the right, chamber and block. Back to our horse stance. Last one, team. Going to our left, chamber and block. And relax, shake those legs out. All right, team. Show your natural stance. Snap to attention. Tap on your right leg, go back to your guard stance, go aye. All right, team, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna jab and cross. So we're gonna do jab, cross, and we're gonna come right back. Right, hands are up. Remember, we're doing guard stance, elbows are in, hands are up. Eyes are focused to the front. Knees are soft. We're bending our, they're not, our legs aren't locked, they're bent a little bit so we can move around pretty freely. Right, jab, cross, ready? And go. Soup asa. 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 And one more. Go. Soup asa. And then switch. Go. Aye. So we're on the other side. Jab with the front hand, cross with the back. Remember, as we're doing that cross, we get that huge rotation on our back leg, right? Our back leg kind of shifts into our front leg as we rotate our hips forward and we do our punch. Hands are up, team, right? So it's going to be jab, cross, and come back. Ready? And go. Soup asa. 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 Last one, team. Go. Soup asa. And back to your natural stance. All right, team. So next round, you can do jump ropes for the next round, but we're going to do jump tucks. I'm going to assume most of you are in your house and probably have a lower ceiling, probably not a good place to do your jump ropes. So jump tucks, what we're going to do is just going to do 10 of them. We're going to hum up, we're going to jump up, and we're going to come back down, right? And if you're at home, okay, try not to land, actually, even if you're not at home, you're someplace training, try not to land flat foot, try not to land on your heels or your feet. Try not to, boom, go solid down here. That's kind of jarring. You want to land on your toes and then let your legs bend to absorb it. Your heels don't even need to touch the ground as you land down. So when your heels hit the ground, boom, that jars through your body. If you're home and you listen to things rattle every time you jump, lightly land on your toes. Let your toes go down. As your toes are going down, your knees are bending. Try and absorb it so you're not sending that shock through the entire house. All right, you ready? Jump tops. Ready? And 1. Ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. And relax. All right, team. Back out your natural stance. Snap to attention. Tap on the right leg. Back to your guard stance. Hands are up. This time, team, jab, cross, and hook. Really be mindful of that bi-rotation here. Front hand jab, back hand cross, my knee comes to my front knee, hook. I'm turning all the way to the side. I'm letting my body rotation throw the punch. I am not just sticking my arm out, right? I rotate, and I come back. All right, hands are up. All right, jab, cross, hook. And 1, soup, soup, asa. 2, soup, soup, asa. 3, soup, soup, asa. soup, soup. Awesome. If you got a longer belt, your belt should be swinging back and forth as you're doing these strikes. Ready? 5, soup, soup. Awesome. 6, soup, soup. Awesome. Make sure you come back to a guard, hands on your cheek between each technique. Ready? 7, soup, soup. Awesome. 8, soup, soup. Awesome. 9, soup, soup. Awesome. 10, soup, soup. Awesome. And switch. All right. Front hand jab, back hand cross, front hand hook. Right? Hands up in a guard, elbows are in. Remember doing the hook, elbow comes up, make a plane, and then rotate. Don't scoop. Straight across with this. Hands are up, ready? And 1, soup, soup, awesome. 2, soup, soup, awesome. 3, soup, soup, awesome. 4, soup, soup, awesome. 5, soup, soup, awesome. 6, soup, soup, awesome. 7, soup, soup, awesome. 8, soup, soup, awesome. 9, soup, soup, awesome. Last one, 10, soup, soup, awesome. So team, we're doing a hook punch, and we're doing like the mid-range hook punch, right? Hook punch is coming around horizontal, my thumb is to the center. If someone's in really close to you, I might do a vertical fist hook punch, coming in this way. When really close, vertical fist hook punch. Still a hook punch is coming around the side, works pretty good. A little bit distance. I'm striking with the horizontal fist, normal punch. Or if they're really far away, you can't reach them with this, right, without stretching your arm out. You might do like another form of hook punch, which is really just a back knuckle, right? Also like a corkscrew punch. From here, just swinging around, coming around here. And it's still a hook punch. It's still kind of a hook punch. Still kind of body rotation going through it. It just has different ranges for us to strike. So in close, vertical, decent range, normal range. So the normal fist, horizontal. Far range where I'm stretching out to it. Maybe my hand's all out. I'm striking with the back of my hand, going through it. So my team, push up. We're going to do 10 push-ups. Ready? Everyone down in your push-up position. With me, ready? And go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. We're going back up. Back up to your natural stance. Team, our self-defense for this week is a gun defense. So as in with most self-defense techniques, we want to make sure that our physical skills are not our first avenue of defense. Often we can find a way to de-escalate or avoid or escape from the situation without having to resort to physical skills, striking skills. For example, if someone is coming up to me and they're waving a gun or a knife or a weapon at my face, most of the time they're trying to intimidate me, all right? And if they have a weapon, they have a significant advantage. Keep in mind that the person who is likely to attack you is always going to have an advantage. They're not going to attack you if they're at a disadvantage. They're going to make sure they have an advantage going on. So things that we want to do is if someone points a gun at our face, we're going to put our hands up. Normal response. We want to make sure we're covering here. We're going to try and find out what they want. All right. Now, if they're looking for something physical, the keys to my car, my wallet, my shoes, my cell phone, guess what? I'm okay with that. They can take those. I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to go home. All right. I can cancel my credit cards. I have insurance for my car. We can replace those things. I'm not going to put myself at risk over a physical item. Now, if that person wants me, that's different, right? If that person wants me. If I say wants me, they're going to say, okay, get in the car. Go in the alley with me. Go in the house, all right? Whenever a person is looking to take you to a secondary location, it is never to your benefit. It's never to your benefit. And your odds of escaping drastically are reduced at a secondary location. So if they're looking for you physically, I want you in my car, I want you in my house, I want you in this alley. Okay, you need to defend you need to act now at this point. The other thing, team, is as we're going through this, we need to know what our safe avenue of escape is going to be. And it's a safe avenue of escape. Just running away is not always safe. If I'm standing at the edge of the street corner and I run away, and running away is running into the middle of the street where traffic is, I didn't move from a dangerous spot to a safe spot. I moved to a dangerous spot to another dangerous spot, and I could get injured that way. I don't want that to happen. What I want to do is make sure I go to a safe location. Being aware of my safe location is important, because if that person says, give me your wallet, I'm going to say, awesome. If I need to go there, I'm going to toss my wallet here, the opposite direction of where I need to go. Here, boom, it's right there. That way, when I can move over to it. Okay. The person who wants to do you harm has probably already done you harm. The person who is brandishing a weapon in front of you, trying to get you to give them something, is using it as a negotiating tool. They're trying to intimidate you. It's okay. You don't have to try and go, oh, I'm bigger than this, I'm stronger than this, I can do. You don't. Your main goal is always to get out of there safe. So for a gun defense, we're going to start out with our hands up. Hey, what do you need? Wait, do you want my car keys? What do you want? I'm okay. I'm happy to give you whatever you need, right? Awesome. Now, we're going to say that the guy has threatened me. He wants me to go in the car with him. He wants me to do something where I have no choice but to escape. What I'm going to do is, the gun's in front of me, probably pointing at my face level. If they're pointing at your stomach, this is not the self-defense for it. They're behind you, this is not the self-defense for it. This is the self-defense for someone standing there and they have the gun pointing at your nose, and they're probably like really close to you. They're really like sticking it in your face. For this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push up. We're gonna take our hands, we're gonna make a V with it, we're gonna push up. And at the same time, we need to drop our weight down. We're trying to get our head out of the range of attack as quickly as we can. So we're gonna do it two ways. One, we're moving the weapon up. We're gonna also drop our body down low. So we're moving twice. So from here, I'm gonna push up and I'm gonna drop down. And what I do is a drop step. When I say drop step, I'm not just bending my knees. I'm throwing my legs out to the side and letting my weight drop down. So I'm letting gravity pull me down. I'm not bending my knees. That's a little bit slower. Bending my knees is slower than dropping down. I want to drop down. It's going to be the fastest way to do it. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make that V. So as I drop, boom, my arms shoot up. And I'm trying to get that, catching the barrel of the weapon, pushing it up. So I have my weapon here. So as I do this, the gun's in front. I'm going to come up here. I drop down and I push up. From here, I'm going to step forward. It doesn't matter to me which leg you step forward with. I'm going to step forward with my left leg. I'm going to push the barrel toward them, cranking their arm back. Keeping the barrel toward them, I am then going to pull back. I'm pulling it out of their grip. From here, I need to get away from them. I'm going to step back, tap the magazine, rack the slide, aim at that person, and I will keep moving back as much as I can. Each one of those steps is I'm stepping back with each one. From here, I'm going to tell them, on the ground, on your stomach, hands away from your side, palms up, turn your head to the side, cross your feet. Then I'm going to look at somebody who's standing around with their cell phone out, taking pictures of everything, because you know that's what's happening, right? I'm going to look at somebody, hey, you in the red shirt, call 911. I'm going to give them explicit instructions. I'm going to clearly identify the person I want to do the task. I'm going to tell them exactly what I want them to do. If I ask them to call help, they might call their mom or somebody else. I want to make sure they call 911. All right. From here, okay, I will hold the weapon. If I'm by myself, I might just end up keeping the gun on them, stay down until I can get out of there and leave. All right. If I'm there and there's a crowd and 911 has been called, when the officers arrive on the scene, I am going to go down, hands up, on the ground. I don't want to be seen as a threat. From here, I'm going to take the weapon, put it down, and I'm going to slide away. Not toward the bad guy, slide it away so it's okay, and my hands are going to stay up. All right, let's go through that again. All right. So again, the weapon's in front of me. What I do is I drop and I push up at the same time. From there, I have the barrel, I push it up. Then from this point, I step forward. Barrel's pointing toward them. I pull back. I keep the barrel toward them. Boom, as I pull back. Tap, rack, aim. All right, on the ground, on your stomach, hands away from your side, palms up, legs crossed, turn your head. You in the red shirt, call 911. Awesome, as I'm waiting here, I'm probably not going to stay here the entire time. I'm going to lower the weapon down. Because if I'm standing here and I look like a threatening position, some bystander could come by and they can say, they come in at that point in time and I look like the aggressor. I want to be down, clearly looking like I'm in a position where I can aim if I need to, but I'm not aiming at somebody. And you notice my finger is not on the trigger as I'm waiting here. If I want my fingers needed on the trigger, I will put it there. But while I'm in a non-firing state, I do not want to have my finger on the trigger. I don't want the gun to accidentally go off. All right. All right, keep one more time. Starting in our neutral position, hands are up. Hey Manny, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any, whatever you need, I'll do it. By the way, when they're talking, that's the best time to do it. When you're talking, they're listening to you. When they're talking, they're listening to themselves. Their focus is on their words and not on you. So if they're talking, that is, boom, the ideal time for you to move. You're going to step forward. You're going to crank back. We're going to tap, wrap, aim. On the ground, on your stomach. Hands away from your side. Palms up. Cross your legs, turn your head. We don't want them looking at us. If they're not looking at us, I can move to the back of their head, outside their range of vision. This gives me an opportunity to escape if I need to. All right, team, again. You in the red shirt, call 911. And then when law enforcement shows up, or down, hands up, slide the gun away from the bad guy, away from you. Hands are back up. Awesome. All right. All right, team, that is our self-defense for this week. For our senior black belts, that's first degree black belts and higher, we're going to look at our POC style combo. So if you remember from last week, we started in our guard position, our palm is toward us, our wrist is back to back. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to push down and then back knuckle into their face, right? So that's the first part, right? From here, back to back, I strike and I back knuckle in. And again, try not to push, wind up, and then back knuckle. You want almost as if they're going at the same time. So we have that pressure against the wrist. We're going to maintain that pressure as I put down, and my hands are just going to catapult off that for the strike. Now, most likely what they're going to do is that punch is going to come up. They're going to pull their hand up to try and block it. That's the natural untrained reactive response to that. Just get my hand up there to protect my face. So as we're doing this, and they block, what I'm going to do next is take my backhand. I'm going to circle up between our hands. I'm going to catch their hand. I'm going to push it down and follow up with another back fist. All right. So all we really did here is we're here in our starting position. We push down back knuckle. They catch it. Now we're back to our same position again. I just need to switch because I'm on my other hand. I'm going to push down, try and trap their arms, and I'm going to back knuckle again. The attacker is going to have this position where they're going to get hit. They're going to push their arm up. You trap one arm against the arm, body, and then you're going to trap this arm on top of it. So as you're pushing down, you want to try and trap it on top of it. That way that both arms are locked up. Now we're going to add one more thing to this. What we're going to do is we're going to, from here, back of the wrist to the back of the wrist, we are going to push down. We're going to do our back knuckle to the head. As they go and block, I'm coming up between. I'm going to catch their hand. And I'm going to follow up with pushing it down and back knuckle again. And then I'm going to follow up with one more punch. I'm going to take this hand that's on top, the back knuckle. I'm going to slam it into their chest. I'm going to try and trap both their arms down. Remember, their arms are already low. I'm going to try and lock in their arms in here. And at the same time, rotating into a vertical fist punch into their chest or into their face, whichever target is convenient for you at that time. So it's basically 3 steps that we're doing. One is the initial strike, one is the counter for their block, and one is the finishing technique. So we're here in our bladed position, our hands are back of our wrist to the back of the wrist. From here, I'm going to push and back knuckle. Then I'm going to bring my arm up. I'm going to trap down as I back knuckle again. Notice my hips rotated as I did that. And then I'm going to trap a third time, and I'm going to punch. So in each case, the hand that's not striking is trying to trap the other person's arm. So the first one, I'm pushing the arm down against his body, trying to trap it here. Second one, I'm taking the other arm, trying to trap it on top. And the third one, I'm going to put both arms trapped down as I punch into the chest. All right, let's do that one more time. So we're here, back of the wrist to the back of the wrist. I'm going to strike, elbow, back knuckle to the face. Bring my arm up between it. You notice, if you look at me, my arms are touching my hand. Bringing it right up, and I'm sliding along my hand to grab their arm, and I'm going to push down. And as you're pushing down, try and keep your thumb together. Try not to grab. Try to push, keep your hands together. Pushing with your thumb and fingers connected, and we do our back knuckles, we rotate into it. So I'm not just gonna swing my arm, I'm gonna rotate into it, get a little more power to get some body rotation into it. And then from here, I'm gonna drop down right into the center of their chest, and then I'm gonna punch again right over top. So this arm is trapping their arms as I punch over top. All right, team, that's it. That's our Paxil combo. Team, let's gather up. Everyone say fair weather trainer. Most of us probably watch sports. In sports, they have a term called fair weather fan. And that is someone who only supports a team or an individual who is doing well and they're on a winning streak. That basically means they're only supportive if the conditions are perfect. You may hear sometimes in sports, don't be a fair weather fan. Well, at Action, we have a similar training, don't be a fair weather trainer. And that is someone who only trains when conditions are perfect. This may be someone who only trains when it's not too hot out or not too cold, or there's nothing else for them to do. Now think about what season's coming up. Most of us will be out of school, we'll have some vacation time, we're gonna have lots more free time over the summer. Think about things that you like doing during the summer. There's lots of things that you want to do, and that's totally fine. However, we need to make sure that we set a summer schedule of coming to Action at least 2 times per week. Over the years, we've seen that students who stay consistent during the challenging times, like summer, always go on to become amazing black belts one day. All right, team, that's our lesson of the week. Team, let's go ahead and start our workout. We're going to start out by doing our self-defense technique for the gun defense. So I don't have the gun with me. We're going to do this in the air. So much like you probably don't have a gun working at home as well. So remember, the first thing we're going to do is from here, we're going to drop down and lower our weight down. We're going to push our hands up, step all the way forward. Right? You are going to take the gun, you're going to pull it back, keeping the barrel toward them. And then we're going to tap, rack, slide, and say stop on the ground, hands away from your side, palms up, legs crossed, turn your head aside, you in the red shirt, call 911. All right, and then we're going to reset. All right, let's try it again, team, from here. Not kind of mind your own business, my hands are up, I'm trying to get through the situation, trying to talk it down. And again, if I have the option to throw my wallet and go the other direction, I'm going to do that. But they tell me to get in the car, get in the house, go in the back alley. That's a different situation. I need to figure out a way to get away from it. This is a defense for the guns in my face. I'm dropping my weight down and pushing the hands up. And that happens at the same time. I kind of break it down when I'm doing this, but that really, boom, all happens at once. We're dropping down and pushing up at the same time. Right? So we drop down, push down. We step forward, push. We push the gun toward them. Barrel's facing toward them. Big step back, boom, as I rip the gun out of their hand. Tap, rack, and stop on the ground. On your stomach, hands away from your side, palms up, legs crossed. Turn your head this side. You in the green shirt with the tattoo, call 911. All right, team ready, let's try it again. Back to our neutral position, hands are up, trying to de-escalate the situation, realize I can't, drop down, push up, step forward, push the barrel toward them. My thumb is kind of represents where the barrel is going to be, right? Pull back, keeping my barrel toward them. Guns free, tap, rack, aim, and stop on the ground, on your stomach. Hands away from your side, palms up, cross your legs. Turn your head to the side. You in the polka dot shirt, call 911. And by the way, when you're practicing this, it's a good idea to mix it up a little bit, right? You don't want to just fall into the habit of saying, you in the red shirt, and there's nobody in a red shirt, right? Also, you need to give explicit instructions. You're practicing this. You'll practice this 5 or 6 times, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. The person you asked to call has never practiced this. Right. So you need to give them as detailed instructions as possible so they can follow them and get the steps done right. All right, so again, team, gun defense. Ready? And hands are up, trying to de-escalate the situation. I drop and push. My fingers are creating a V. Step forward, point the barrel toward them. Step back, pull the gun free. Tap, rack, aim, and stop on the ground, on your stomach. Hands away from your side, palms up. Cross your legs, turn your head away. You in the green jacket, call 911. All right, one more time, team. Gun self-defense. All right. Hands are up, try and de-escalate the situation. Give him my wallet, give him my car keys, give him my shoes if I need to, that's okay. But once I realize he wants more than just my personal belongings, he's looking for me, that's where I need to defend myself. Drop down, push up, step forward, push the gun toward them. Barrel's going toward them, like the arch of my fingers, toward them. Awesome, then from here, I'm stepping back, pulling the gun away. Tap, rack, aim, and stop on the ground, on your stomach. Hands away from your side, palms up. Cross your legs, and turn your head to the side. You in the khaki shorts, go ahead and call 911 for me, please. And remember, team, when you're doing this, once he's down in that position, I do not have to stand over him with the gun at the ready. I can lower it down, make sure my finger's not on the trigger. I don't want it to accidentally go off. I also don't want to look like an assailant in case a good Samaritan, some innocent bystander comes by and they see me standing over a person with a gun aimed at them. They might think they need to protect him from me. So I want to try and not look aggressive as much as I can. If I'm all by myself and there's no one to call 911, the reason I'm having to look away is because I'm going to back away and keep backing away until I can get out of there and get safety out of there somewhere safe. I'm under no obligation to stay there over top of that person. All right. If I'm in a dangerous situation and I need to escape, I can get out of there. You're not obligated to stay there watching over them. As soon as you get to a safe place, if you're by yourself, call 911 and report the incident. Don't wait for someone else to call it. Call it in as soon as you get to a safe place if you're by yourself. Remember, if you are with it there, you still remain behind. When the police officers arrive on scene, they're coming at this with fresh eyes. They don't know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. So they're going to see somebody with a gun. So as soon as they start pulling up, your hands are up in the air. Your hands are up in the air. You're going to drop down to one knee. Right? Drop down to two knees. You're going to take the weapon. You're going to put it down to the side. Notice I'm not bringing it close. My arm stays out to the side. I'm putting it down nice and low. And I'm going to slide it away from the bad guy. And myself as well. I'm going to come back here. Right, there we are. All right, team. What we do next is we're going to go do some physical stuff. We just wasted mental stuff right now. Now we're going to do some physical stuff. Let's just do our jump tucks again. We're going to do 10 jump tucks, nice and high, bring your knees up. Again, trying to land on the balls of your feet. Try not to rock the house or the room you're in. Try not to let your heels hit the ground before you hop back up. Ready? Hands are up. And go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome, guys. Back out to your natural stance. Team, this time. Snap your attention. Back to your guard stance. Front leg side kick. Side kick. Pivoting your body to the side. Hips are kind of to the front, 45. Turn your body to the side. Leg comes up to a chamber. Kicks, re-chamber, and then back down. All right. Ready? And 1. Up, out, back, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and switch, other side. All right, again, side kick, front leg, pivoting side, chamber up, kick, back, and down. Remember, we're striking with the bottom of the foot, the heel of the foot. Ready? And 1, 2, 2, soup, 3, soup, 4, soup, 5, soup, 6, soup, 7, soup, 8, soup, 9, soup, and 10, soup. Awesome. Team, so go ahead and relax. When you're doing the side kick, remember to rechamber your kick. Don't kick and drop your weight down. You have no control. Someone's going to easily pull your leg out from underneath you. You're falling forward. When we kick, I need to kick, rechamber. Now I can decide, do I step forward? Do I step back? Do I step forward? Do I turn and run this way? All those are valid options to me when I rechamber. But if I kick and just drop it, I have no options. All right, team, ready? Ski in the line. We're gonna find a spot on the floor. A line on the floor can be any line. You're gonna do side jumps, lateral jumps over the line. So it's gonna be back and forth like that. Ready? And then we're gonna do 10 on each side. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Keep the hands up. And go. It's gonna be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. And relax. All right, team, let's combine our two techniques together. Starting out our natural stance, snap to attention, tap on your right leg, go back to your stance. Now we're gonna do front leg side kick, boom, plant it down, right? So we're in a forward stance, jab, cross, hook, and then we're gonna reset back to our guard. Ready, team? And 1, soup, 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 asa. 2, soup, 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 asa. 3, soup, 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 asa. 4, soup, chamber, drop the weight forward. 5, soup, and asa. 6, soup, 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 asa. 7, soup, 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 asa. 8, soup, 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 asa. 9, soup, 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 asa. 10, soup, 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 asa. And then switch. All right. Side kick, jab, cross, hook, punch. So as we chamber, rechamber, drop that weight down. This is our backup mass, right? So our backup mass for our punch. It's gonna add power to it. Hands in the guard. Side kick, jab, cross, hook. 1, soup, 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 asa. 2, soup, 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 asa. 3, soup, 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 asa. 4, soup, 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 asa. 5, soup, 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 asa. 6, soup, 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 asa. 7, soup, 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 asa. 8, soup, 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 asa. 9, soup, 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 asa. Last one, team, and 10. Soup, 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 asa. Back to your natural stance. Let's do some push-ups, everybody. Down the ground, 10 push-ups. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And go back up. Natural stance. Team, thank you very much for joining us for this week's Teen Adult Senior Black Belt Track class. Remember, if you're doing this for on-demand class credit, please submit a video of yourself doing this in self-defense. Everyone show me your natural stance. Snap to attention. Face front and bow. All right, back to your natural stance. Have a great week. AB, see ya.